Hello, this is James Bush, your fine-tuned trader. Well, it's good to be back. I've been out for the entire week. I just recently had my son graduate from high school, and my daughter completed her next level of grade in high school, so we've been pretty busy. Had a chance to do some trading, but not as much as I would like. So it's good to be back and to get back in the market. So let's go look at the charts and see what's taken place over the previous week and see what's going to happen for this up and coming week. Looking first at the euro dollar, we see that the dollar has been having some weakness against the euro recently. We see that as it hit a key level of resistance at this point, and also there's a trend line. So we'll need to watch this, as this is a key point right now for the euro dollar, currently trading at 1.2371 as it closed. And as well as for the euro pound, we see that the pound has been having more strength, or the euro has been having more weakness against the pound, but recently it showed a little bit of strength this up and coming week. It's reached this key resistance level, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. And as far as the pound dollar, the same thing. The dollar has been having more weakness over the previous week, and the pound has reached this point, 1.4884. Currently it closed at 1.4819, so we'll keep our eye open on that, as whether there's going to be a further move up or move down. The Aussie dollar has been showing a lot of strength against the dollar recently. The Aussie has moved up and has hit this point of 0.8709 as the recent high over the week, and we'll keep an eye on that as it closed at 0.8697. And the New Zealand dollar showing the same price action, moving up strongly, reaching about 0.7069 and closing at 0.7049. As far as the dollar Swiss concerned, of course the dollar has had weakness over the previous week, and Swiss has been moving down, whereas the dollar has lost its value. And so we're currently trading at 1.1087, and we closed at 1.87, as I said, and we'll be watching this point for further movement down, or whether it's going to be a move back up coming week. Canadian dollar likewise has moved down, and it is now at closed at 1.0212. We'll be keeping this point of support right here, and an eye on that to see whether there's going to be a further move down on that price action. As far as the dollar yen is concerned, these two pairs right here, of course, they're the choice for risk aversion. We see that the yen has been stronger against the dollar in some situations, then the dollar regains strength. But right now we're kind of in a halfway point at 90.73 close, and at a 90.42 is a key support level. We'll be keeping our eye open for that. And the euro yen, the euro's had more strength recently, reached this point of 1.1336. That seems to be a pretty good resistance level. Closed at 112.25. So we'll see whether euro has gained more strength coming week, or whether we're going to move back down. As far as the pound yen, the same scenario, though it has moved up past this trend line support, and there's now we're going to keep an eye on this high here, 136.37. It closed at 134.47. The mineral of choice, or the metal of choice right now, is gold, of course. We see that everybody's buying gold. It seems to be the one thing that you can rely on during a really volatile and risk aversion environment. So we've seen a high at 1,262. About 10, and we're currently closed at 1,255.25. So we need to keep our eye on this gold. How far is it going to go up? So watching that. And finally, for the American markets, we see that the NASDAQ 100 has closed at 1,911. It has a high of 1,924.11. So we'll keep our eye on that, as we've reached a key resistance point and a trend line support resistance at that level. Let's go look at to see what the economic reports have to offer for us that's coming up. Going to our fine-tuned trading website, we see that we can find the Forex Factory, which is our economical reports. Going to the 20th, we see some light reports coming out for the New Zealand pound and the Aussie dollar. Then on the 21st, Monday, some more light reports coming out. The yen, Swiss, the euro has ECB President Trichet speaking. That's a high impact news event, so you'll want to be watching your trading during that time. On the 22nd, the Swiss trade balance, and the euro has the German info business climate as well as the current account. Canadian dollar will have some core CPIs coming out, and the annual budget release for the pound dollar will be released. Also, consumer confidence for the euro. But for the U.S. dollar, we have existing home sales will be coming out. That's the key market move there, as well as Treasury Secretary Geithner will be speaking at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. HPI, a housing release, and a Richmond Manufacturing Index. And finally, concluding on that Tuesday, we have the current account for the New Zealand dollar. Looking at Wednesday, we see that we have a lot more releases coming out, particularly for the euro. We see that German consumer climate. We have the Bank of Japan Governor Shirakawa speaking at 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We see that the French flash service PMIs will come out. German flash manufacturing service PMI will be coming out at both 9 a.m., 3:30, and 4 a.m. And also for the pound, the MPC meeting minutes will be released as far as their decision on rate increases or decreases, and also the BBA mortgage approvals. CBI realized sales, and for the Canadian dollar, the core retail sales, and also another European release, the Belgian NBB business climate. Also, we have coming out the new home sales for the US dollar, crude oil inventories, and finally at 2:15, the FOMC statement as far as the federal funds rate, whether that's going to be raised or lowered or kept as the same. Consensus is currently that it will remain the same. And also for the New Zealand dollar GDP. As far as at 7:50, the Japanese yen will have trade balance, CSPI, and finally at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Aussie dollar will have the CB leading index. As far as Tuesday's concerned, then it gets lighter again. We have just the European French consumer spending, Italian retail sales, and industrial new orders, and Italian quarterly unemployment rates. For the US dollar, we have the core durable good orders and unemployment claims. Those are pretty important market movers right there. And also at 8 a.m., 8:30 are the durable good orders. Natural gas storage comes out at 10:30 a.m. and at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the trade balance for the New Zealand dollar. And at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tokyo Core CPI and National Core CPI. And concluding on Friday, again, the economic release reports come out are pretty light. We have the low-impact Euro German import prices, low-impact Swiss SNB quarterly bulletin. We have a medium-impact report, final GDP release at 8:30. And finally, the revised University of Michigan consumer sentiment will conclude our Friday releases for the 25th of June 25th. So that concludes our look at the market for this up and coming week and past week. It's good to be back. As I said before, it is important that we keep our losses tight and we let our winners run with the wind. And we look forward to talking to you at the next market brief coming up this opening on Sunday. Until then, take care.